Hello. So, my name is Florent Manens. I'm working for a company called Beezim. I will talk about what we do, Zimbra, and integration of OpenIO in Zimbra. I try to be short on this. I already talked about that this morning, but I think that some people were not in my room, so I may repeat some things, but it's not a problem, I think. So we are a small company created in 2012, and we are expert on our domain. So we are working on the software stack, so Zimbra, Nextcloud, and Collabora. Collabora, it's online editing of files, so it allows you to edit the same file in the same time with different people. And Nextcloud it's a drive for on-premise deployment. We are a gold partner. We are based in France, so in Nancy, East of France, and Rouen and Paris. We work with very small deployments, like 50 mailbox, and very large deployments with multiple millions of mailbox. And we have customers coming from any domain of activity, so private company, university, ISP, etc. We have a set of products that are ready to deploy for you. And in this set of products, we have one product that allow to connect Zimbra, so the storage of Zimbra, to OpenIO. And I want to explain you why OpenIO is a good choice for that. So, Zimbra is a strong product. It's deployed since 2005 in university, small business, and ISP. As far as I know, ISP was in the scope of Zimbra since the beginning of Zimbra. There is a very large feature set, and UI is extensible, so you can add features in the UI with Zimlets. You can add features in the backend of Zimbra. And it's very easy to integrate in your IT. So to integrate for authentication, for logs, centralization, and etc. For anything you might want to integrate in your emails. For example, to have the information of a ticket based on the number of the ticket in the email, or to do click to call, and etc. Very easy to integrate. Very scalable. If you need more power, you just have to add more servers. And the solution can handle very large mailbox. And today, as you know, people don't want to remove emails. They want to keep emails forever. So it's very good for such solution to handle large mailbox. Zimbra storage needs MySQL, MariaDB now. So for DB storage, it will store all the metadata of Zimbra. For example, its email subject, date of they received the email, etc. All the data in Zimbra will be indexed in Lucene, and you have to store all the emails. And with that, you have a solution that will provide all the data of the mailbox with IMAP, POP, and webmail. So mostly the webmail, Zimbra is mostly webmail based, but you can have access to the same data with POP and IMAP. So when you manage email, the problem with emails is that you will have lots, million, but billion, I think, in some large deployments, of small files to manage. And the average size of email we see is quite small, so 64 to 128 kilobyte. And most of the files you get are removed in the first 30 days. But after that, users will keep our archive forever. And as I'm saying, nobody wants to apply a strict quota policy. You don't want to run after your users and say, oh, you have to clean your mailbox. So one of the solutions of that is integration with OpenIO. When you integrate with OpenIO, you will have all the email storage centralized in OpenIO, so on an OpenIO cluster. Okay. That means that it will be more scalable to add more data. So all the servers will access to the same cluster. And if you want to add storage, you only have to add new nodes to the OpenIO cluster, and it will be available for all nodes. As I said just before, managing small files is hard. And I just remember last year, it was a few months back, conference, it was the OpenStack Day, I think. And someone from OVH talked about Swift and the problem they had with Swift with small files. And it's not related to email specifically, but it's just a problem with small files. And I think that the problem happened with any software design storage solution, except some solution we are speaking about today. So he explained that to manage small files, he had to create something that looked like a small file system in objects, and to concatenate objects, to concatenate files in Swift object to have bigger objects in Swift, and to be able to manage them more easily. Because if you have a lot of objects, a lot of different files, each file will require at least one IOPS to be moved. So it's a lot of IOPS. And today, most of the time to have volumes who are still working with spinners. So it's IOPS are performance killers. And another point that is interesting with OpenIO is that we don't have rebalance. When we have new nodes, you had new nodes for storage, new disk. There will be no rebalance when you had the disk. In other software design storage solution, when you had disk, you have to wait that the rebalance is done before having the disk available for new storage, or having all the performance you will require. So you will not have all the performance immediately with a classical SD storage solution. You will not have all the performance, and you will have performance drop because of the rebalance. And this happens when you add new disk and when you have a disk that disappear and things like that. With OpenIO, you don't do that, so you no rebalance when you add disk and when you remove disk. At least you can decide when you will do the rebalance and if it is necessary to rebalance. So the connector can handle primary storage and secondary storage. That means for all the email coming in the storage, if they are less or more than 30 days. Because with Zimbra you can have two different storage for that. It's easy to scale up the email storage, and it will decrease the cost of the storage, of course. And it will even be cheaper with OpenIO than other object storage solution because of what I said before about the performance when adding okay. And with the capacity to maximize the usage of each node. So you don't need to have the same free space on each node.